What is up, bass fishing freaks? Luke Racer here from Too Fat to Hunt Outdoors. Today I'm going to do something a little different. Instead of doing a normal fishing video, I'm going to bring you guys a reel review. So back when I first started YouTube, about a year and a half ago, a little over a year and a half ago, before I had a really good camera, I just picked up my camera, my cell phone, and started recording videos. And I did a reel review on this Piscifun Torrent, and I will link that video in the description below. Go check it out. Obviously it wasn't that great of a video. It was like my third video I ever did, but go check it out anyways. And today I'm gonna give you my thoughts on this reel after 2 years of use. 2 full seasons of use with this reel. This is a Piscifun, however you want to say it. I'm not sure the correct terminology. Torrent. Grab some popcorn, call your neighbors, get some pop, call your kids, bring your wife. Let's go. Let's see what this Piscifun Torrent is all about. Stay tuned, folks. Reel talk starts now. LEADMINE Lunkers and I got 2 of these together, and we got them for 30 bucks a piece when you buy 2. Right now, Piscifun has a sale. You can get this thing for 32 bucks, and I strongly recommend it. If you're a budget fisherman, or if you just need a reel, go check one of these out. Now, obviously, it's not gonna compete with like my Revo ALX, because that's just a crazy reel. But fishability, really, I mean, I haven't seen a downfall yet. I'll give you a little bit of the specs of the Torrent. So it's a 7:1 gear ratio. Oh, we are about to get rocked. There's a barge coming. So it's a 7:1 gear ratio, 18 pounds, carbon fiber drag, 6 ball bearings, normal stuff, you know, the good old boring stuff. I really love the big oversized handle on it, and I love the compact comfortness of it. The colors are awesome, and one of my other favorite things about this is this screw right here. Take that out, and it's got a huge grease port in there, oil port, where you can just squirt some oil in there and it'll be just like brand new. So 2 times I've had this thing start like squealing a little bit on me. Pop that big screw out, a couple squirts of oil in there, give it a couple casts, and it's good as new. So after 2 years, I have caught some donkeys on this. No like 7-8 pounders, because those are kind of rare around here. But I mean, a lot of 3 pounders, 4 pounders, and I have not had an issue. I've not had an issue getting a fish in. I throw buzz baits on it primarily because it's on this buzz bait rod, but I throw spinner baits on it, chatter baits. I have not had an issue getting a fish through the lily pads, through the muck. I fish the Mississippi River a lot, and you can't get any more thick cover really than the Mississippi River. Logs, rocks, moss, duckweed, everything is here. 18 pounds of drag, that's all you need. I've never had an issue pulling a fish out of the jungle. Guess one thing that I really love about this reel after 2 years is it still casts a mile and super smooth the whole time. You know, I've only greased this thing a couple times in 2 years, and it still casts a mile. You know, it doesn't have that feeling where, you know, it wants to stop like some reels do when they get wore out. You can really launch a bait. Now, I know I'm throwing a little bigger of a bait today. I'm throwing this little, it's a 1/2 ounce Strike King spinner bait with a little 5-inch Kalin's grubtail trailer. So it's a heavier bait, but still, I mean, she still whips. And normally, when I have this rod in my hands, I'm throwing a 3/8 ounce buzz bait, and most of the time it's a War Eagle. And although War Eagle is probably my favorite buzz bait, War Eagle or Cavitron, but the War Eagle, it doesn't cast as well as Cavitron. You know, it's not as aerodynamic. But with this reel, I can still whip it and get a long cast like I want to get. And probably my second favorite thing about this reel, other than how smooth it is after 2 years, is the comfort of it. It's compact, it fits my hand just perfectly. So it's comfortable to fish all day. And I love this big oversized handle. When you get one, when you crack one and you got to get them in, it gives you a lot more leverage having that big handle. And maybe it's just personal preference, I don't know, but I really like it. And although this is a 7-1-1, so it's a decently fast reel, when I'm throwing a spinnerbait like this and I want to slow roll it, I can still slow it down. You just got to be disciplined. I have flipped with this reel a little bit, and that's what the 7-1-1, that's where that comes into play, where it's nice. So you can take up a bunch of line as you bring your rod down before you crack them. Plus, in between flips, you can get the bait back to the boat faster. I've never had a problem getting a fish back to the boat with this reel. I've caught some dandies with it. And it really is a workhorse for me. I mean, I have used this reel probably more than most of the other reels, you know, including those are probably my top 6 combos there that I use every day, including this one. And I'm still using this one probably the most because I have it on this Falcon buzzbait rod, but I use this rod for so much. I'll throw spinner baits on it. It's my primary chatterbait rod. And if I'm cranking, I'll also crank with it because it's a moderate action. It's a medium heavy moderate. So I'm even throwing crankbaits with this reel. And with that 7-1-1, when I'm throwing crankbaits, it's usually a deeper one. So I want to get it out there a long ways and a couple fast cranks and my crankbait's down deep. And then I can just bang it off the bottom or the tip of the weeds, whatever I'm fishing that day. Here in southwest Wisconsin, I mean, every now and then you get some big fish, but most of the fish we're catching are between, I mean, for good fish are between 2 and 5 pounds. And you know, this Torrent reel, I have reeled in a lot of 3 and 4 pound fish with it, and even some big pike too, and dogfish. Now this reel will handle just about any line. Most of the time I'm throwing 50-pound braid on it. You know, early in the spring I'll usually start with 17-pound mono, which is actually what I got on right here. 17-pound, I don't even remember what brand it is. I think it's Bass Pro Tournament monofilament. But and then when the weeds start and the lily pads start coming up in that, I'll usually switch to braid. Sometimes 30, but most of the time I'm using 50-pound braid on this. And it handles braid excellent and handles monofilament excellent. And once in a while, you know, I'll spool fluorocarbon, 100% fluoro on there for cranking. You know, a couple times a year at least. I'll put 10 or 12 pound fluorocarbon on there and do some deep cranking with it. Well, that's a wrap, folks. That's my thoughts on the Piscifun Torrent reel. Like I said, it's a budget reel. It's 32 bucks, but I've used it for 2 years and I've never had an issue with it. It's never failed me yet. So some people hate them just because of the fact that they're 32 bucks and they've never used them. I've never had an issue with it. I would buy another one. I will link the initial reel review first impressions down below, and I'll link a few other reviews that I've done down below. Check them out. If you have not yet subscribed to my channel, go ahead and do that now. Hit the bell so you get notified every time I put out a new video. Destroy that thumbs up button. Luke Reeser signing off. Always remember, you're never too fat to fish.